Okay, what's going on YouTube? So I recorded like 2 of these videos, but I was speaking from my mind, I wasn't speaking from my soul, so it wasn't really resonating with what I was trying to say on camera. So look, recently over the past 4 days, I haven't really been in a good headspace, and I'll be honest, I kind of wasted the past 4 days, and I know that's not me, that's not who I am. I let the fear inside of me override my faith. Because I don't know if you've been keeping up with my channel, but if you're new, I'll update you. I have been very tenacious on achieving my goal of getting into my desired course, and along this journey I've realized that it's bigger than me just getting into this degree or program. It was a full transformation of my identity, and not only becoming the person I want to be, but also being able to hold what I want to achieve, if that makes sense. And look, throughout this process, I thought the semester, once the semester ends, test over. I've paddled, I've done all the distractions, I've proven myself worthy, yada, 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 you get the gist. Bam, all I need to do is just receive the goal. But you know what I realized? If you're genuinely ambitious, if you know what you want out of this life, it's a never-ending battle and it's a never-ending test. And I've said that before in my videos, but I thought the test for this part of my life was over. It was just about still becoming the person I want to be. And I wasn't necessarily wrong, but I wasn't looking at it through the best lens. So what happened? Well, I let my own self-doubt consume me, you know? I thought I didn't meet the criteria to get into this course. I was letting, posts from Reddit, things I was seeing on Google, and even, things I was seeing on just everywhere, just kind of like make me believe everything I did was not enough. And I started to doubt myself and question my own worth and question my story and how far I've come and how far I've transformed. And honestly, I was genuinely about to give up. I was like, man, all I've ever wanted in my life was a second chance. And I thought this would be that second chance. And now that I feel like this era where I was so sure of my life was going to change, I just saw it, it's just like every other point of my life. And you know how limiting that belief is? That was just, in a way, kind of setting me back to go into old patterns. These 4 days, I kind of wasted them. Instead of doing stuff and just keep moving forward. Because I knew, right? I had that just tiniest thing inside of me, that tiniest voice saying, God is going to make a way. The universe is going to make a way. Trust me, the universe, God are the most fair things on the planet. They will reward you on how they feel they deserve. But I didn't listen to it. Even though it was there, like as small as a mustard seed, it was there, I still didn't listen to it. I let self-doubt, I left my own, the very thing inside of me that makes me great is also a curse. And I think if you're ambitious, caring so much about what you do is a gift, it's a blessing, but when it's not channeled and when it's not harnessed properly, it can become a curse. Because if you're not pointing this potential, this power, this energy inside of you to the very right direction, you're just going to, it's either going to point inwards and you're going to destroy yourself, or if it's not focused in one direction, then it's just going to explode everywhere and kind of like, I guess, disintegrate what you've been building. Or my self-doubt, as I said, was consuming me so much. It was just eating at me, and I felt so defeated. And if you look back in my previous video, I think that was a very defining moment, because I still showed up. I had so much respect for myself for showing up on days when I didn't want to. I forgot the person who I was temporarily because I let my own emotions hijack the moment. And I get that, it's all gonna happen to the best of us. We're all going to experience moments like this where we forget who we are temporarily, and that's okay. But the most important thing is you caught it. You need to catch it. You can't let these things grow inside of you, because with getting what you want, there's gonna become a whole shitload of tests, and these tests can just uppercut you in any direction if you're just not focused enough to understand that this is all a part of the process. So I told myself this, okay, I can't give up now, even though it seems like I'm not gonna achieve my goal of getting into this course, and I'll talk about something because God actually did come through for me, and I don't want to say it in this video. I want to say it in the future, but this video's message is different. I still had enough faith to say, I'm not going to give up. I don't know the next step now. You don't have to know the next step now. This shit is hard, man. I'm not saying you need to be perfect and know what to do all the time, every time, perfectly, immediately. You just need to know that you're going to do it, and that's the first step. And that's what I said to myself. I'm like, okay, things are looking like it's taken a bit of a separate direction to what I thought it would. I'm not going to give up. I just need time to process this. And I think the fact that I just said I'm not going to give up already proved to God in a way that I was worthy enough. And look, I'm not perfect. I fuck up all the time. As humans, we fuck up every single day. It sucks, it's annoying. We want to get to our goals as quickly, as super perfectly as possible, but that's just not reality. It's all a process. You're gonna have 10 days, you're gonna have a week of success, and maybe 2 days of shit, not so much success. And that's when I really kind of saw that the best thing, the main purpose of this test was to build faith inside of me. When there was no hope at all, when there was no reason to keep going, when there was all the odds were pretty much fucked from the start, but I still chose to have faith regardless of what the hell life chose to throw at me. And that, as much as I didn't want to face having faith, because it's easy to have faith when you have hope. It's easy to keep going when you know it's going to work out. But the hardest thing to do is keep going when there's no hope at all, when everything is kind of screwed over. And even if you put in all that effort, and I mean genuine effort, what I did, not sleep, always at it, never miss a day. I'm talking just at it all the time, giving your soul to this, and it's still not being guaranteed. That's what makes you unshakable. That's what makes you unstoppable. And that's the kind of person I want to be. And in a way, that's the blessing God gave me. And yeah, I wasn't perfect when I received this blessing, don't get me wrong. But the fact I know what it looks like, and I know how it feels, and I know how to apply it moving forward, that is something that you can't teach. So my question is to you, and this is the message I want to say in this video. Us as ambitious people, we need to be the type of people who can keep going when there is no hope at all, when all the odds are against us, when everything is uncertain, because if we can do that, nothing on this planet can stop us, and that's how you become great. If you genuinely are serious about becoming great, becoming whatever your goal is, I don't know what you want out of this life, you could be a professional video gamer, or you could be a professional athlete, or whatever you want. Can you keep going when everything is saying no? If you can do that, that's the real win. That is the real win. So look, I'm gonna leave it at that. I didn't mean for this video to get long, but I just wanted to share something I've experienced recently, and I'll just keep rebuilding momentum from here. So as always, my friends, stay dedicated, keep at it. You will win in the end, that's a promise. I'll see you in the next one.